back to this video. It's from the Corridor Crew. Everybody knows them. At least most people know them. That's their channel. Subscribe, you know.
The lightsaber, one of the most famous visual effects of all time. And the way that this effect has been achieved has evolved over the years, from the original analog rotoscoping to digital tools that made this so much easier. Now, modern lightsabers have LEDs inside of the blade to emit light, allowing us to get a little bit of that lightsaber effect in camera. But as you can see, it's a tube of light. It's kind of lifeless. It still requires an artistic touch to punch it up and make it look like a sick lightsaber. But did you know, for the original Star Wars movie, they invented an actual way to get this effect done entirely in camera. And it worked. But they abandoned it. So fine. In this video, I'm going to dig up those blueprints, and I'm going to build one myself. So what was the original lightsaber made out of? Well, the original lightsaber was actually literally taken from cameras, like the big flashbulb photography stuff. Using this design, they essentially took a motor that could spin, and attached to that motor was a rod that would also spin. Remember, this was the 70s. They didn't have LED technology back then, so they couldn't have Luke holding some sort of powerful light source to look like a lightsaber. What they could do, however, was bounce a light off of it using retroreflective tape. Now, what is retroreflective tape? It's a material that's got like a bunch of micro glass beads and whatnot, and it's very reflective, specifically back at the source of the light. You actually see retroreflective material all the time, but you might not realize it. You know that stop sign that's very reflective when you shine your high beams at it? That is retroreflective. Pretty much all street signs, you know, reflective vests, taillights, all of those sort of things, they have retroreflective material so that when you're shining your light beam at it, it'll bounce right back into your eye. And this is just a simple strip of retroreflective tape. It doesn't look that special to you because these lights that are shining on me aren't that close to the lens. But if we were to turn one of those lights on right next to the lens, suddenly this becomes bright, like a reflector. We can leverage this to our advantage by putting this on a spinning rod on 3 different sides and experiment to see how we can make this appear like a lightsaber. Well, I'm gonna enlist the help of our intern to round up what we do have so we can figure out what we need to get.
I like to make sure that my work is quality, which is why I never look up from when I start doing it. I don't look at anything. I always pay attention to the task in front of me. That's how I get so much shit done.
The OG Mark.
Beware my power! You'll die, Sith bastard! I just hit myself in the nuts. Oh man, it is glowing. That is cool. You're not even spinning it, it's glowing.
That's actually pretty sweet. So it's making me question whether or not we even need it to spin.
I think you should. Yeah. I can put it on a grill and spin it if you want to see. Let me do that.
It's cool. Oh wait, I am getting a little bit of that sort of spiraling effect.
But it works, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's totally working. And you don't need that much light, just the LED. Wait, real quick.
No, Ren.
Yep, it's happening.
Oh,
it's happening.
It's my lens, dude.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, cover the...
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, the more see I can spider it, I bring the phone in. Yeah.
Good. It's getting unstable.
Oh! No!
The power!
Is to actually fabricate these blades, exploring the different options just to see what it looks like when it spins. Once we've solved that problem, then we can try to solve the problem of how do we get something that can make it spin look like a lightsaber. So that I can cut them up. We have some wooden dowels here. We will basically take our strips of measuring tape, cut them up, and glue them to these dowels. And we got some retroreflective tape.
We got a new workshop? Look at it.
Wow.
Oh, look at the workshop! It rolls on this toe! This toe! Look at
That shit hurting.
Look at the one crap.
First, I'm going to focus on making sure we can actually get a retroreflective blade that spins it all. Once we figure out that part, we'll move on to actually putting it in this. Check this out. Ah! Does it go all the way inside? What is the deal with that? Did you have these toys growing up as a kid?
Yeah, and I hated the ones that don't go all the way
They
in.
don't go all the way in, and it's so stupid. The last thing I got for this whole thing is a Dremel light. So in theory, this should turn on.
So this will be the handle.
The problem that I started finding is that because of the retroreflective nature of this, it reflects back from any place it hits.
That is what retroreflective means, yeah.
Exactly, and so what that means is that as this is spinning, it just looks like a cylinder, because it's the silhouette that matters. So that's why I have a second plan here. So instead of like these types of ideas here, I'm making that one. So instead of having the concave sides facing outwards, I'm gonna invert that and have the round sides facing outwards. And I'm only gonna use two. The bigger purpose here is that it actually changes the silhouette. And so my hope is that having this changing back and forth really rapidly as it spins would make the silhouette warble, which would achieve our whole like flickering thing that we were trying to get. So Mark, while I figure out a way to actually mount this design together, you can work on your own version of this design. You mentioned wanting to have it inside of an actual clear tube, so I think now is a great time for you to try that.
This wood is what's known as a softwood, and it will crumble under pressure, and it will never meet the expectations of its parents and will always lead to disappointment.
Is there something you need to talk about, Mark? Like, huh?
It'll break right away. I think that'll break right away.
You just drill a hole into that, and then you take this, and you attach it to the blade, and stick it in.
Why don't you build your dumb lightsaber, and I'll build my extremely cool, way cooler than your lightsaber.
You guys might have to fight lightsabers.
Hiya! Oh. Hiya!
Whoa, it's so wiggly.
It's a little wiggly. Probably do some more reinforcement of that.
Wow, dude. That like fits perfectly.
Does that work at all?
No, it's not actually like hurting it that much. Well,
Right. Watch the rest of the video. You know who they are. Watch the rest of their video on their channel. Even though I'm small, I still gotta get used to that, because you gotta do that type of stuff when you get big, because then everybody will see you. So, comment, like, subscribe, and to the next video.
See, that got me.
Man, the sun shine bright out here. Shawty jeans fit tight out here. Man, I be high as a kite out here. Smoke good all day, all night out here. Bad ones, man, the whole crew. A little 1942.
Yo, comment, like, and subscribe for the next video.